Why is the music still playing? What the hell? Is that just on my end? Oh, maybe not. Something was going on. Oh, that's why. I got the fucking YouTube video open. Oh, I swear, everything's always some technical difficulties on this channel. All right, what is up, everybody? I did a Q&A on the main channel earlier today for about an hour and a half. I just got done with a little Zoom call with some peers and some friends for about an hour and a half, and I'm still wired and still awake. So I figured, you know what? Why not? We'll do a little Q&A for a little hangout for a while on this channel and BS a little bit more. I'm also trying to make sure I get to the the little benchmark. You got to have 4,000 watch hours before this channel gets monetized. So I'm doing a lot of live streams early on, trying to build that up. So yeah, we'll talk for, I don't know, an hour, maybe a little bit longer. The other live stream on my main channel, I deleted. There was a moment early on in the stream where, after telling my children to please stay away, my daughter barged in and I snapped at her. I just didn't like the way that it looked. And I didn't want to take a chance at somebody clipping it out or doing anything nefarious with it. So I just said, you know, whatever, I'll just delete the stream. I mean, I know some people like to replay the Q&As, but it's mostly a live thing anyway. So just to not have that wearing on my mind, I mean, you'd have to really, really work hard to take a clip of that and make me look bad. But it was just the world that we live in. I didn't want to fuck with it. So yeah, I just deleted the stream after we got off live. So yeah, one more week till Horizon. One more week. I was going to play Sifu. That came out a couple of days ago, but I don't know. There's this website, Keymailer, that you become a part of whenever you're a creator, or you can become a part of it, and they help get you review keys, like early access keys for video games. And I think I talked before about my suspicion, if you will. I don't know, my confusion with how they were doing it for Dying Light 2. Well, they sent me a key for Sifu and I was all excited, and then I went to go open it up. I accepted it and, you know, signed everything, and they sent me a key for PC. And I was like, guys, I applied for PS4, PS5. I can't play it on the computer. And I reported an issue with it, and then 2 days later I sent them a message, and it's been 3-4 days since then. So the game's out, so I guess I missed out on that one. But yeah, we got Horizon in a week, and then we got Elden Ring after that. It's gonna be a busy ass month for games. I have not seen Peacemaker. I plan to watch it here soon, but I have not given it a shot just yet. I was curious about it, but I did not want to. I just haven't been in the mood. I'm just talking about that. I haven't been in the mood to jump into it. I've heard it's great. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it, but I just haven't been in the mood to really start watching a new show just yet. Definitely not game related. Have you thought about possibly expanding into other channels as well, like maybe starting a music channel where you do music and album reviews and/or song covers? No. I used to do song covers on YouTube. That was actually what my main channel was before I accidentally deleted it when I was trying to kind of rebrand it for my movie stuff in 2016. But I don't know if I'll be doing that again anytime soon. But the music reviews and album reviews, for sure, I probably won't be doing that anytime soon. I mean, there's just not enough time for me to do 3 channels focused on reviewing stuff. If I ever do a third channel, it'll be a cooking channel. It'll be something totally different, because that's something that I can do, you know, once a week and be satisfied with. But there's just not enough going on in the music world for me to want to do that. And it sucks because I like doing that. That was kind of the main intention for my channel, was to do all 3. But the video game stuff never performed as well as my movie stuff, because most of my audience were movie fans, which made me want to start this channel because I talk video games fairly regularly. But music, I mean, there might be 2 times a year that I really have anything to say about music. So probably not. Are you a fan of Manhunt? I do like Manhunt. I never played the second one, but the first one was actually pretty cool. It was a pretty brutal game, little snuff movie type game. It was a neat concept. I wish that they would do a sequel to it or kind of revisit that. Rockstar's got some cool games that they need to kind of pull out and blow the dust off of it and see what they can do. Did you see the Wolf Among Us Season 2 trailer? I did not, but I need to check it out because I really enjoyed the first season. That was one of my favorite Telltale games. Have you checked out the Pam and Tommy show? It's much better than I ever expected. I'm very curious about it, but I don't have Hulu. I canceled my Hulu after Chucky was over with, and there's not enough on Hulu that I really care about for me to keep a Hulu subscription. So unfortunately, I probably won't be checking it out because there's just so many streaming services. It's just like God, I don't need all. I'm a member of Paramount Plus. I need to cancel that because I never use it. So probably not. But I am very curious about it. Can you do a video showcasing your platinum trophies list? I don't know how interesting of a video that would be. I think I've got like I don't know. I could probably pull it up right now. Actually, on doesn't the PS app, PlayStation app have it on there? Let me see how many I have. I'm sure it'll show the number on here. Oh, Cody Leach trophies. 34 platinums. 34. Bam. There you go. This is a generic question, but what is your favorite GTA game? My favorite is Vice City. That's the one that I enjoyed the most, mostly because of the soundtrack and because I love the 80s as a setting. All three of those ones that came out on PS2 are my favorite. That was kind of the golden age of Grand Theft Auto. After that, I haven't really cared. But they had a lot of side stories, the Ballad of Gay Tony and Rockstar or Grand Theft Auto stories and all these other things, Liberty City stories. I never really played any of those, didn't really get into them. But Vice City for sure was the one that I loved. I loved that one. You could do a whole channel dedicated to Halloween and get a Halloween movie sponsor and get Michael Myers crap all year long. There's already too many of those channels. So funny how Rockstar announces GTA 6 without directly announcing it and it breaks the internet. Yeah, I don't know why. Those games are just so wash, rinse, repeat. Do you like the Mafia series? I did like them. I liked the first game when it first came out. I beat that one. I platinumed Mafia 2. That was like my second or third platinum. I remember that. I never played well, I did play the third one for like maybe 20, 30 minutes. I didn't really get into it, but I did like them. I bought the remaster of Mafia, but it came out right when I was moving, and so I kind of just lost sight of it and never actually played it. I remember how miserable the race car side of it was when you had to do that little race. I don't know if they fixed that. Opinion on the Saw games. I've only played the one that came out for, was it PS2, where you start off and you got the Venus flytrap and you got to like get the thing out. I don't know. It was okay. Are you a fan of Mortal Kombat or Injustice? I'm a fan of like the idea of them, like the story and the characters and everything. I enjoyed playing Injustice much more than I enjoyed playing Mortal Kombat, but I'm not really a big fighting game guy. I don't really get into them that much. I'm not really into the memorizing combos and just beating each other up over and over again. Round one goes to Sub-Zero. It's not really my thing. Ever played the Darkness games? I'm struggling to even think about what the Darkness games were. So no, definitely never played them, but I can't even remember what they are. Back in the early 2000s, they had some pretty controversial video games at that time. Oh yeah, for sure. Rockstar was really pushing the envelope for a while there. They haven't really gone that far in a long time. Did you ever play any of the original Ratchet and Clank games back in the day? No, I kind of missed Ratchet and Clank. The first one that I played was the remake that came out for PS4, which I loved, and I loved Rift Apart too. So no, I missed that whole era. I missed Ratchet. I missed Sly Cooper. Spyro, I played a little tiny bit. So all the platformers, I don't know. I didn't really get into the platformers that much. Even when I was a kid, I always liked the more adult games. Did you ever play Fusion Frenzy? Loved playing it with my brothers on the original Xbox. No, that's the one where the guys are in like the little gigaballs or whatever. Am I picturing the game cover right? I don't remember what that game is even about, but no, I never played it. Thoughts on Hannibal Rising? I hated that movie. I hated it. Can't cancel Paramount. Halo is coming out. Oh, no, there you go. There you go. Now I gotta keep it. Son of a bitch. Are you excited for GTA 6? Maybe when they start showing some things about it, maybe before the game comes out, I'll be a little excited. I didn't even finish Grand Theft Auto 5. I kind of Grand Theft Auto 4, I loved at first because I bought my PS3 for Grand Theft Auto 4, and I was just excited to have a new system. But then, like about halfway, 2/3 of the way through the game, I kind of lost interest. I beat it, but I was kind of tired of playing it. And Grand Theft Auto 5, I felt the same way. I got maybe halfway through it, and I was just like, I'm bored. This is the same shit. The mission structure is the same. They just keep making the world bigger, and you got to drive your ass off to go everywhere. So we'll see. Let's see. I'm wondering what games are easier than others so I can get more as far as platinum trophies. I think there's probably websites or Google searches you can do for that. Some games are really easy. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was a really easy platinum. Um, some of the movie tie-in games, some of the better ones like the Terminator Resistance was a pretty easy platinum. Mafia 2 was an easy platinum. I'm sure there's a website out there. Like I don't really buy games for easy platinums, but certainly if I enjoy it enough and it doesn't look like it's going to take fucking hours, I'll go ahead and stick with it and get the platinum. Are you planning on doing more What's in the Inbox episodes? I love the podcast. I don't have any plans to at the moment. I had a lot of ideas and plans for the podcast side of things. I had some graphics drawn up by my buddy Woody. I was going to do a podcast with my dad, but then he like moved right as I was kind of planning that idea. Now he's 20 minutes away when he was just down the street. So that would be kind of a bitch to drive 20 minutes to try to do a podcast every time we wanted to do something. So that kind of fell through. As far as What's in the Inbox, there was a lot of ridiculous, unnecessary drama that came out of that. I don't want to get into the details of it, but 3 or 4 episodes in, it caused kind of a shitstorm with somebody, and I kind of lost my taste for it. I enjoyed doing it, but I don't know. It's kind of stained for me now. So I enjoyed doing it. Maybe at some point I'll come back to it, but no current plans at the moment. I know Call of Duty is not your bag. Trust me, I understand why, especially as of recent, but just out of curiosity, out of any of the Call of Duties, which ones have you given a chance to? I played Modern Warfare a little bit when it came out. Modern Warfare, was it Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare? The first one, the one that kind of kicked everything off, that was the big success. I played a little bit of World at War. I beat Call of Duty Ghosts. I played a little bit of Advanced Warfare. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare 3 with my brother. Maybe it was 2 or 3. I don't know. And I bought, was it Civil War? Call it whatever, the one that launched with the PS5. I bought that one, but then the zombie mode wasn't even activated yet. That was the only reason I got it, was so me and my wife could play zombies. But yeah, I've given quite a few of them a try. I don't really care for any of them. What are your thoughts on Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne? One of the best games I've ever played, and thought the writing was very well done. The soundtrack was top notch. I remember liking it, but that's of the 3, that's the one I remember the least. I thought Max Payne 3 was by far the best of that trilogy. So I remember really, really getting excited for Max Payne 2. There was when my dad first met my stepmom, they got together, and within a couple of months, I remember maybe it was the first year, she had gotten some gift card from work, and they were like, "Hey, you guys want to go to the mall and spend this gift card, or we can go to different stores." And I had kind of had my heart set on Max Payne 2, and me and my brother both got to share a certain amount, and so I kind of did the older brother Weasley thing, where I was just like, "Hey, let's put our money together and get Max Payne 2," and kind of swindled my way into getting that. And so that's how I ended up getting the game. But I don't remember much actually about the game. I know I beat it. I've beaten all 3 of them. But Max Payne 3 was the one that I really thought was just awesome. Only reason GTA 5 is popular is because of the mods. Yeah, I've never played the online mode. Not my thing. Have you played LA Noire Rockstar games? I did not care for it. I did not care for it at all. I started it and thought it was interesting. But I remember thinking the interrogation mechanic, where you have to kind of look like you'll ask them something, or they'll say something, then they'll sit there and they'll kind of like look around the room or something. You have to like read their facial expressions, and you had 3 different choices. You had like be passive, kind of accuse them a little bit, or be really aggressive. And I just remember thinking that there was just no rhyme or reason to what was the correct answer. Like I would read them and like half the time I would always get the wrong answer. And I'm just like, I don't fucking understand what I'm supposed to be looking at. And so that got old after a while. I didn't think the story was all that great. It just, I don't know. It didn't draw me in. That was a swing and a miss for me. Zach Pope, what's up, buddy? What are your thoughts on Dying Light 2? I like it. I can't say that I like it as much as the first one. The first one I really loved, and I was addicted to that game. I don't really have that feeling with the second one. The second one doesn't feel like as much of an improvement on the first as it should for as many years as it's been, and for how long this game was in development. It feels like a small little jump, and especially since I'm playing it on a next generation console, it even looks like it doesn't hasn't really. It looks like a game that came out a year after the first one. And so, story wise, there's not really a whole lot that's interesting me. Character wise, aside from Rosario Dawson's character of Lawan, there's nothing that's interesting me. All the dialogues just kind of. I'm not somebody that skips cutscenes, but I find myself just skipping through the dialogue a lot because it's just not really pulling me in. The gameplay itself is fun, but they have not improved the melee combat at all, and it really shows this time. I didn't mind it so much in the first game, but it's just smashing the R2 button a bunch of times every time I'm interacting with somebody. Who's kind of getting a little old. The traversal is really smooth, especially the more stuff you unlock. I enjoy that. I like the paraglider, and I like how there's more verticality to it this time around. So I'm having fun with it, but it's not necessarily worse than the first game. I mean, I might score it pretty equally with the first game, but since they've had so much time to improve it, I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't really feel like they've done a whole lot with it. It really does feel like not a whole lot's improved from the first game for me. The TV you own, just wondering how many inches is it? Well, I have quite a few TVs. So the one that I'm sitting next to right now in my studio is 55, but I have a 65-inch coming from a sponsor that I'm going to do a review for. So that will be swapped out. I have a 55-inch in my bedroom. I have a 65-inch 4K in my living room. And then my kids have smaller TVs. Oh, have you ever played any Quantic Dream games? Are they the ones that do like Indigo Prophecy and Detroit Become Human? Is it that studio? If so, yes, I played all of them. If not, I can't remember what Quantic Dream does. Race Mission is not quite as difficult as the original. Oh man, I'm that far behind. Just bought the old Time Splitters games. Have you ever played them? I don't believe that I have. Are you worried about the Uncharted movie? Yeah, I am. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think there's just as much chance that it could be a really fun time as there is that it could be an absolute train wreck that pisses off all the fans. I mean, the trailer makes it look like it's going to be a lot of fun, and it looks like it's going to have some awesome stunts, and it's going to be a really fun movie to check out in the theaters. But the casting and the story direction and what they've done, it just makes it feel like they don't really know Uncharted, and I get that feeling that I would get every single time they come out with a video game movie, aside from Resident Evil, the last one that we got, where it's just like, you guys are just taking the name. You don't understand. Thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2? I thought it was overrated as hell. It goes along with Grand Theft Auto. That's just Grand Theft Auto on a horse. That I played it for maybe a third of the game and just kind of got bored with it. Didn't want to continue on. Everybody swears it's like the greatest game ever, but I didn't see it. Would you ever consider watching an anime? I'm not a fan of anime whatsoever. So no. I've tried. I don't get into them at all. Are you going to play Sifu? Maybe eventually. I'm not going to play it and review it. I'm trying to do Dying Light 2 right now. I'd like a little bit of a break before I have to spend another 20 something hours with Horizon, and then God knows how much time with Elden Ring. So Sifu is going to be the casualty. The stupid part about it is I had it pre-ordered, and it was a discount for PlayStation Plus to pre-order it. It was like $5 or $10 off, and so I had it pre-ordered for a while. And then when I found out that I had gotten the key for it, I canceled my pre-order and got my money refunded. And then the whole debacle with my key being wrong, it was a PC key instead of a PS5 key. I was I messaged them and I reported it and everything and tried to wait to see if they were going to fix it. Now that the game's out, you can't pre-order it anymore, obviously. And so now it's $10 more if I want to play it. So I kind of got fucked over completely on that one. Should I get Resident Evil 4 or wait for the remake? Just get it. It's like what, $10 on the PlayStation Store and the Xbox? Just get it. If you want it, check it out. I mean, it might be 2-3 years for the remake. We don't know. Finger Fitness on PS5 was literally a 15-minute platinum. Never even heard of it. Have you played any of the Evil Within games? I have played and beat both of them, actually. I have it right here. Sure. So yes, I have them. They're okay. The first one got a little too hyped up for me because it was like, this is the guy that made Resident Evil 4 is the one that made this. And so I was really excited. And I thought that the gameplay of it was pretty good, but I thought the story sucked. The second game I enjoyed a little bit better, but it was very weird because the first portion of the game is open world, and I really liked that. And then after that, it's linear. And so it was just very strange. I'm like, why would you make it open world for just one little segment? And I didn't think the story was a whole lot better in 2. I just enjoyed it a little bit more. Are you going to talk about the Dead Space franchise once we have a date for the remake? I would love to. I would love to play those games again because they're all on Game Pass, and especially just to do a ranking whenever the remake comes out. That would be nice. But yes, I would like to do that. GTA gets repetitive after about 3 minutes. Yeah, a lot of these open world mission based games get that way for me nowadays. Did you see the next Mass Effect teaser trailer? If so, what did you think of it? I didn't even know there was a new Mass Effect coming out. So no, I have not seen it. Is it a new game or is it a remaster or what? Is it actually Mass Effect 4 or is it like another Andromeda where it's this total side chapter? Probably already been asked this question. What are your thoughts on Dying Light 2? Spoiler free for those who haven't played the game. Love your content. Oh, well, I just answered your question. Thank you. Love to see a remake of Siphon Filter, one of the all-time favorites from the PS1 era. That's definitely a franchise they could do with a reboot. I think the people that were trying to make Days Gone 2 happen got assigned to maybe do a Siphon Filter remake. I don't know if it was actually greenlit or not, but there's certainly some people that want that to happen. They're trying to make it happen. What's your favorite Rockstar one-off game? The Warriors. The Warriors was awesome. Just a fun co-op game. I love the fact that half of the game is a prequel to the movie, and then the other half is like directly every single scene of the movie. I love the Warriors. Where did your live stream go from the main channel? I deleted it right after I got off live. I explained it at the beginning of the stream. You can go back and listen to it. But just there was something happened for a moment there that I didn't like the way that it looked, and so I just deleted it just to avoid any potential drama with it. I'm probably making way bigger of a deal out of it than it ever was or ever could have been. But I'm paranoid with the way that the world is now. So yeah, I deleted it. Have you ever played Dead to Rights or Brute Force on Xbox? I loved the first Dead to Rights. That was a lot of like Max Payne, like the bullet time where you're jumping and shooting things. I loved the first one. And I think you had a dog with you at that one as well. After the first one, I think it got a little bit weird. I don't remember liking them after that. Brute Force, I have not. The House of the Dead arcade games are so much fun. Yes, I used to love those. Used to love that one. How do you seem more wide awake at 11 at night than at 3 p.m. earlier today? I'm kind of famous for having second and third wins later on. I'm a night owl. I'm the most awake and present and kind of energetic at night. During the day, I'm kind of uh, a little bit drained with working or spending time with kids or whatever I'm filling my day with. At night, when it's quiet and it's peaceful and it's just me awake, I tend to be a little bit more present. Have you played the Siphon Filter games? I have played the first one. I played the first one a little bit. What are your thoughts on the prototype games? Like the first one, but the second one, not so much. I remember liking the first one a little bit. I think I probably put about 3 or 4 hours into it and thought it was interesting, but then I kind of fell off of it. It's just another one of those kind of open world mission-based games that are all kind of derivative from each other. But yeah, I didn't play the second one hardly at all. Playing through the RE games for the first time. Is getting the PlayStation VR worth buying if you're just using it for Resident Evil 7? No, not for the price. It's like what, $400 or $500? No, it was amazing to experience it with the VR, but there's not really a whole lot else on the VR that merits buying a VR. So no, I would say not. If nothing else, I would wait until they release the PlayStation VR 2 and buy that, because there's more potential that you'll actually have games in the future, and then just go back and play Resident Evil 7 with the VR. But no, it's way too expensive to say to buy it for one game. Have you played Doom 2016? I recently played it for the first time and loved it. Yes. I am right there. I loved this. This was my favorite Doom game, actually. I liked it much more than Doom Eternal. So yeah, I loved it. I platinumed that one too. I loved 2016. What great gaming franchise do you think really fell downhill? Um, I don't know how far it fell downhill, but Dead Space, for whatever reason, certainly, like, it hit its peak with Dead Space 2, and then 3 just did not land for people. I don't know if it was the co-op or what it was, but yeah, 3 came out, and I remember playing it and thinking it was pretty decent, but 2 is like one of the greatest survival horror games ever. And so they went from that to Dead Space 3, and then Dead Space has been non-existent ever since. So that's a good example. Let me try to see if there's any it hasn't really gone downhill far, but Far Cry cannot get back to the heights of Far Cry 3 to save its life. They've been doing pretty good. I haven't really felt it falling downhill a bit until 6, but I would say that's another one that's kind of steadily going downhill a little bit. Oh, let's see. Did you play Dead Island? I tried to get into Dead Island. I didn't really care for that one. I much preferred Dying Light when they came out with that. I probably put an hour or two into Dead Island, and just that melee combat that they have, it just sucks. It just sucked. I just couldn't get into it, and they kind of carry that over to Dying Light. It's a lot more tolerable in Dying Light and in Dying Light 2, but that's still one of my main negatives with Dying Light 2, is just like, guys, like, either revamp this melee mechanic or start giving us some fucking guns, because this is just swiping at, fucking metal pipes at each other, and just taking 25-30 hits to kill one guy is just getting a little old. Can I add you on PSN? Sure, go ahead. Lone Wolf 90. My favorite launch game of all time. Oh wow. Um Was Metal Gear Solid 2 a launch game? I can't remember. Let me look that up, actually. PS2 launch games. Holy shit, there was a lot of them. No, it was not. Okay. Yeah, none of those are very good. Let's see what the PS3 launch titles were. I honestly don't remember what the launch titles were. PlayStation launch titles, PlayStation 2 launch. Okay. PlayStation 3 launch titles. Those all kind of suck too. PlayStation 4 launch titles. Yikes. Probably Spider-Man Miles Morales. Honestly, it's the only one that really stands out. I mean, if you go back to like what was the N64? What was those launch titles? Let me look that up. Super Mario 64 was pretty awesome. That's up there for sure. Yeah. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was a pretty awesome launch title. Between Breath of the Wild and Miles Morales, for sure. Let me see. All right. Let's see here. What is your favorite video game? The original Metal Gear Solid is my favorite video game of all time. A close two is Resident Evil 4, and then a close third is The Last of Us. Hell no, Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing. The story is actually well written. I didn't get into it. So I didn't, for me, it wasn't all that amazing. I have no clue why they didn't just adapt Drake's Fortune for the first movie. Dude, I don't have any idea either. It seems like the easiest movie to just a gift wrapped. It's fucking gift packaged for you to just go ahead and adapt. Let me see. Have you beaten Resident Evil 4 VR yet? No. I haven't even made it to the castle yet, but I have not really put a whole lot of time into playing it. It's hard to set aside time to play games anymore, especially when I'm trying to review some of the new ones. But with the VR especially, it's kind of exhausting. So when I want to relax and play a video game, that's not one I go to. Have you had any trouble with loading New Game Plus? I beat the game and saved it, but it's not loading as a New Game Plus. It loads, but just before the last boss. Can't help you, buddy. I'm not there. Let's see here. Any idea what kind of character you're going to play in Elden Ring? I have done no research whatsoever on what kind of characters are available. So that's something I'll just pick whenever I put the game in. I have no clue. What the hell do I keep getting? Oh, great. Okay. Hang on, guys. All right. He's gone. Hey, Rudy joined. Sorry, I was way behind. Oh, let's see here. Yep, I'm still going. I was still awake. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do another Q&A on this channel. All right, let's see where I'm at. I did play the Deadpool game. That's another one that I platinumed. It was pretty fun. That's a good one. Did I play Days Gone on PS4? I did. I was a big fan of it. Certainly had its issues, but I liked it. And I did a review for it as well on the main channel. You can go back and check that out. How are you feeling about the Halo series? I really liked the trailer. I thought it looked pretty damn good. So, yeah, I'm curious about it. They are only $150 now, and there's actually a lot of cool games on there. Go get it now. I haven't seen one for 150, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. If you could find one for that cheap, then yeah. Yo. Nope, that was not Drum Dums. At least I assume that's not him making 19 fucking fake accounts of himself every single day. Oh, shit. Dead Space 3 gets a lot of unnecessary hate, to be honest. People complain about the lack of horror, but I look at it from Isaac's POV. He's had to deal with 2 separate necromorph outbreaks. I had fun with it. I didn't think it was a bad game. Have you ever played Crysis? I have tried to play Crysis 2 quite a few times, and I just can't really get into it. I don't know what it is. I just can't get into those games. I did enjoy the first Horizon game. I also have a review for that, so you can check that out on the main channel, but I did like that one a lot. Thought it was a very fun game, had a good concept, really interesting story and main character. So I'm really that's the game I'm looking forward to the most this month is Horizon Forbidden West. I'm really hoping for Resident Evil Village VR when PSVR 2 drops. I'm hoping for the same, although it's not going to be anywhere near that experience unless you're experiencing the game for the first time. There was nothing comparable to playing Resident Evil 7 for the first time in VR when you didn't know what was around every corner. It would still be cool to play Village in VR, but I would know everything because I've beaten the game like 10 fucking times. So nothing would really surprise me. It would probably, I would jump a little bit more like in the werewolf sections, but those games are best experienced in VR for the first time when you don't know what's around every single corner and shit jumps out at you and literally makes you shit your pants. Halo for the original Xbox, that's another good one. I'm not a huge fan of Halo until Halo Infinite, so it would not be mine, but that is probably most people's popular answer. Did you say something about a meet and greet in your live stream earlier? Yeah, me and Sean Chandler. Sean Chandler's heading up here for 3 or 4 days next weekend to stay with me. And on Thursday night when he gets here, we're going to see Uncharted at my local theater, and he's kind of organizing a bit of a fan meetup. I haven't really done a whole lot of organizing myself because I'm a little bit more nervous than he is about doing that. But yeah, so we're doing a little bit of a meet and greet movie thing. Fallout, that's another good one. It's another good one. Let's see here. I got a good question. I saw you on Jaffe's stream. How'd you make that connection or start talking to David? I started following him and his YouTube channel a few months ago. I didn't realize that he was on YouTube, but I've always loved the games that he's made. Like I love God of War, love Twisted Metal, grew up with those. And so I thought it was cool. I'm like, hey, David Jaffe's got a YouTube channel. And so I started watching him and I enjoy him. I enjoy his channel. I don't get to watch it that often, but I've enjoyed watching what he has done, and I've tweeted at him a couple of times. And how we kind of started talking, he had tweeted back and forth at me a couple of times. We were talking about Chucky, but I did my video on where I was ranking all of the games that I played in 2021, and I tweeted at him, and I was like, "Hey, if you get a chance, check this out. Let me know what you think." And he watched it, and I guess he really enjoyed it, and realized that I was a YouTuber as well. So he kind of he threw out the idea of doing a live stream talking about it, and I was like, "Shit, yeah, I'll do it." So we kind of just went from there. And so a week or two after that, we hung out and did that live stream, which was a lot of fun. And I'm sure we'll do another one in the future because we both had a good time. What would you like to see in a potential remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica? I mean, obviously, getting rid of the tank controls is the big one and modernizing the game itself. But I think they also need to make it a little scarier. It's very dated to go back to and very goofy and strange with the characters and the way that the characters talk and the dialogue. So there's a lot of potential to make that storyline a lot scarier and a lot darker and a lot more grounded. So I would like to see that. How are you getting on with Returnal? Got to the second boss tonight and got my ass whooped. I got halfway through the game when it first came out. There's three bosses, and then you have like a story break, and then there's three more bosses after that, I believe, and then you beat the game. I got to that story break, which is like your new reset point every time you die. And right after I got to that point, Resident Evil came out, and then I was all about Resident Evil for like a month. And so I didn't get to go back to Returnal until like a couple of months later. And by then I had kind of lost all of my mojo. And so the few times I tried to play it, I kept getting my ass beat. And I haven't been able to go back and really get into it again to try to beat it. I heard they added some checkpoints or something like that. So I would love to go back and play it because I really enjoyed that game. And very, very rarely do I not complete games that I enjoy. But that one just got away from me. So yeah, I beat the first three bosses. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You are a pathetic fucking human being. All right. Any games that you play that have rubbed off on the little ones yet, or did your kids play more of their own things like Fortnite and all of that? Yeah. Both of my kids play Fortnite. They're completely different world. Like my son plays some games that I play, but he usually plays them months later. But he's all about Fortnite too, so they're totally on their own wavelength. I didn't love Blood Dragon. I didn't love that one. I played it. Now, granted, I didn't play it when it was brand new. I played it a couple of years after that, but it was cool at first, but it kind of ran through its shtick for me, and I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as everybody made it out to be. Are you looking forward to the Knights of the Old Republic remake coming to PS5? Absolutely. I loved the original game, so I can't wait to play that again and see how they've modernized it, especially the combat, hopefully. Let me see. Do you have a game that made you rage quit and a long time later you came back, finished it, and liked it? That happened to me with Resident Evil 5. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Let's see. Hang on, guys. I apologize for the dead air for a second here. All right. That's the end of that fuckface. Partially agree about Code Veronica, but that stretchy arm enemy gets me every time. I say bring those back. The Bandersnatch, yeah, those were a pain in the bitch. Absolute pain in the bitch. Did you check out the Firestarter trailer? Yeah, it looked okay. It looked okay. Looked interesting. I've never really got into the first one, or the original, I should say. Yeah, I'm aware. Some neat. I put a block for subscribers have to be subscribers for at least 20 minutes to join the stream. So this guy literally made accounts, joined my subscribed to my channel, and then waited 20 minutes. That's how psychotic, pathetic, and absolutely reprehensible. Whatever coward piece of shit this person is. And I hope you're still watching. And I know you are because you're fucking obsessed with me and you have nothing else in your life to take up your time than to just try and annoy me and fail miserably at it because you're literally somebody that I can get rid of in a couple of clicks and then you're gone. So that's fine. If that makes you feel important, if that makes you forget for a second that your dick is half an inch long, then you go ahead and do it. Go ahead. I saw your review on Friday the 13th, the game. Have you ever tried Illphonic's follow-up game, Predator Hunting Grounds? They actually made it so you can queue up to play as the Predator every time. No, I did not have a whole lot of faith in that game before I saw it, or before it came out, and all the reviews convinced me that I was probably right. And so I just didn't really have much interest in checking it out, unfortunately. Would you want a Metal Gear Solid remake or Metal Gear Solid 6? Personally, I would want Revengeance 2. I would rather see a Metal Gear Solid remake. If they're not going to have Kojima, there's no reason to continue Kojima's story. I think that they should reboot it and do it in kind of a new modern way. Um, some people would say that's sacrilege, but kind of shave off some of the weirdness, some of the really crazy Kojima stuff, and all the obnoxious amounts of cutscenes, make it a little bit more mainstream, a little more action packed, maybe a little more modernized, and take it in a new direction. You know, we have what, 5 of the original games. I mean, we've had more than enough of Kojima's run of it, so take it in a new direction. I never played Revengeance. I never really had an interest in it, so I can't say I would want that one. No, they're not going to raise my blood pressure. It takes a hell of a lot more than what this fucker could ever possibly do to raise my blood pressure 1 iota. I watched the new Resident Evil movie last night. It wasn't great, but definitely a fun time. Plus, Donald Logue did a great job as Chief Irons. Agreed. Agreed on all accounts. Let's see here. Would you like to see a new Silent Hill game? I want to see them reboot that entire franchise just like Metal Gear Solid. So I think somebody needs to buy Konami. I'm really hoping that PlayStation buys Konami and reboots both of those franchises because they could both really use a reboot. Evil Dead's making a game. Yeah, it's coming out in a couple of months or something. I think it's going to be like Dead by Daylight, so I'm not really all that interested in it. I think that concept has been run to the ground already. My first video game console was a Sega Genesis in 1993, I want to say. I got Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and I got Mrs. Pac-Man. Those were my first video games, and I had probably 30 or 40 games for the Sega Genesis. I loved that system. I wish I still had all those games. I would still play them. What does your setup look like as far as my live stream setup? Well, I've got my Yeti Blue mic right here on a boom with Chucky right there. And I've got a Logitech camera up here on my second monitor, and then I've got a couple of lights over here that I use for live streaming. So nothing too over the top. If you're talking about gaming setup, I don't have my lights on right now, but on Instagram, I've shown a couple of pictures of it. I got my PlayStation 5 and my Series X mounted on the wall. I got my controllers mounted on the wall. Beside that, I've got my PlayStation VR and my Oculus Quest kind of catty cornered on my stand over here. My Switch is down below. Have you ever played the Condemned games? Super underrated survival horror games from the 360 era. I don't believe I have. I remember them. I think they were a launch title with the 360. The first Condemned was, or something like that. But no, I don't think I ever got a chance to play it. I did wish him a happy birthday this morning. What stealth series do you like more, Hitman or Splinter Cell? Ooh. Until Splinter Cell gets off its ass and makes a new game, I'm going to say Hitman because that recent Hitman trilogy is fucking incredible. I love Splinter Cell. I like the newer games more than I like the older games. Same with Hitman, but Hitman's a little bit more fun, a little bit more sandbox to Hitman. So Splinter Cell might come back out, and I'll be fucking awesome, and I'll say Splinter Cell. But right now, that Hitman trilogy is really hard to beat because that's just amazing. If you had to pick, which gaming console would you say had the biggest impact on how you appreciate games now as an adult? Probably the PlayStation 1. Games like Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. That kind of really was a huge shift, a huge turning point for me, going from like platforming games and old school 8-bit games into like 3D storytelling and all of that. So probably the PlayStation 1. Kind of early, just wondering, would you consider doing a live reaction to the big E3 showcase events this summer? Possibly. We'll see. I like Dying Light 2. I don't think I like it as much as the first one. I gave kind of an in-depth review on it, like a minute long little thing earlier if you want to go back and check it out. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I think the first one was a little bit better. What are your thoughts about The Last of Us show changing the year the outbreak happened? I don't think it matters, really. I don't think it matters. I have not played Sifu. I gave a couple of stories on why I'm probably going to be skipping that for now. Oh, let's say in Bloodborne, if you remember them by name, what bosses did you struggle with the most? For me personally, I struggled the most with Lawrence, the first Vicar from the DLC. I don't remember. Um, no, I can't even. I can't think. Of, I mean, they were all challenging to different degrees. Will you try the new Texas Chainsaw game? I'll try it, but that one's probably going to be the same thing, Dead by Daylight. So I mean, it's nothing I'm excited for yet. What aspect of gaming is the most important to you overall? Story, gameplay, controls, polish? Probably story. Um, I mean, you have to have a great game. You can't just tell me a good story, but story tends to be what draws me in the most and what makes me the most interested and the most compelled to come back. Did you get to check out the DLC for Far Cry 6 with the villains? No, I have the season pass, so I have access to all of it, but I kind of fell off of Far Cry 6. I kind of lost interest in it. I beat it and then I was going for trophies and just kind of got bored with it. I haven't heard anything extremely great about them. I mean, my whole thing that's weird, they're really marketing how cool it is to be able to play as these villains. And my whole thing is it's a first person game. So why the fuck do I care if I get to play as Voss or if I get to play as Joseph Seed? All I see is their hands. So it's not like the novelty of getting to play as a character really isn't there when you're playing a first person game for me. So I don't know. I don't really get the appeal of those. So I might check them out eventually, but I haven't checked it out yet. Oh, let's see. Have you ever played a really popular, hyped up video game that you ended up not liking? Does Cyberpunk count? Because I fucking hated that game, and that game was hyped as hell for months and months and months and months and months. So, yeah, definitely that one. Pretty much any Halo game except for Halo Infinite, I've felt that way. Call of Duty, especially as well. Can't think of anything else. Scariest game I've ever played was Resident Evil 7 in the VR, for sure. Has the PS5 controller become your favorite gaming controller of all time? To me, in my opinion, it's the perfect controller. It's certainly in the conversation. If it's not, I think it's a perfect controller as well. I think that when they were talking about how amazing it is and all these features, I was like, dude, that's such a gimmick. Like, nobody gives a fuck about the controller. Just be quiet. And when I started playing with it, I was like, holy shit, they were right. This thing's fucking badass. Hey, Sky. Are your views up for gaming since you made this channel? They're fairly close to what they were on the main channel, but being that I only have 2,000 subscribers on this channel, I would say that that's actually better because everybody that's subscribed to this channel is actually watching. So yeah, the two top tens that I have are like between 1 and 2,000. We'll see what this Dying Light 2 review looks like on Friday. That'll be kind of a telltale sign, and we'll find out. But yeah, thus far the views are pleasing me. Let's see. Have you ever played the Walking Dead Telltale games? I never thought I'd enjoy them, but I was genuinely surprised. I played all of them except for the final season, which I need to go and play that. But yeah, I played them and I really enjoyed them a lot. I played them on PS3 and then bought them again when they came out on PS4, like the little um, next gen upgrade. And I played the Michonne one. I played the Frontier, whatever that third weird one was, where you don't get to play as Clementine. And then the fourth one, they had that whole hiatus where they were supposedly Telltale was like shutting down, and I never got a chance to really go back. I kind of forgot that it existed for a while. Does anyone remember that demo for a game called Gotham by Gaslight? I believe. I'm sad that never came to be. I don't remember that one. Do you like the Tomb Raider games? I love the reboot trilogy. I never really got into the older Tomb Raider games. The first reboot one, the one that came out like 2010, something like that, that one is fucking awesome. I don't care for Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadow of the Tomb Raider near as much as that first one. Hmm. Yeah, I loved the third one, but I wish they wouldn't have cut the game down. I wish it would have been the full story, the full gameplay of the original game, and they hadn't taken out the clock tower and stuff like that because it's certainly when you replay it. I mean, I've beaten that game in an hour before. Dead Island 2 has had the most frustrating development hell for a game ever, I think, especially because they showed it at a trailer at E3 in 2014. Did they never come out with the Dead Island 2? I would have thought they would have had that. Interesting. Yeah, if they showed the trailer in 2014, we still haven't gotten it. That's pretty crazy. I'm hoping this channel grows. It will. It will. It's still early on, especially once I get through this whole 4,000 watch hours thing. They'll start to promote my videos a lot more because they'll actually be able to make money off of them. So that's kind of my goal. Why I'm doing a lot of live streams early on in this channel is to try to build up those watch hours. But yeah, it will be. We're gonna have we'll do ranking videos and review series, and I'll be doing news coverage and stuff. So it'll succeed. I don't know if it'll be as successful as my main channel, but shit, I might be surprised. Maybe it'll overtake my main channel in a couple years. We'll see. But it'll go good. Did you ever play The Evil Within 1 and 2? If so, what were your thoughts? I answered the question a little earlier. I have both of them. They're both right here. I enjoyed them. They're not great, but I liked them. They were fine. You know, they were solid 3.5 out of 5 games. How far down did Dexter go in your top 15 shows, or is it out completely? No, it's still sitting pretty much where it's at, honestly. It's complicated. Batman meets Jack the Ripper. I remember, isn't that a DC animated film? Was that a game or a film? I could have swore, Sky, that was a movie. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. That's a 2018 movie. So I don't know if there was a video game that came out along with it, but yeah, there's an animated movie, Batman Gotham by Gaslight. All right. Is there a rule that nobody is allowed in that room while you're not in there since Chucky is in there? I mean, there's a lot of expensive things in here, so yeah, that kind of is a rule. That's my room, stay out. So there's no, my kids don't have any business. I mean, unless they're going to come in and grab a movie off the shelves, that's about the extent of it. There's no reason that anybody has to come in here. I love the Tomb Raider games, but don't like the Uncharted games because they're like a Tomb Raider light to me. Would you agree? No, I'm the opposite. I love Uncharted way more than I love Tomb Raider. They're very inspired by each other, but I mean, Uncharted is inspired by Tomb Raider, but then Tomb Raider rebooted itself in inspiration of Uncharted. So I don't know. I think if you like one, I don't see how you could dislike the other one. They're very, they're like cousins. So no, I much prefer Uncharted, honestly. Why do you think we get less movie games on PS3 than PS2? On PS2, you could find almost anything. Movie games. You're talking about like movie tie-in games? I'm not sure. Dead Island 2 have given through like 3 different oh wow. See, I would have bet money that it was already out. Are you more excited for Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? At the moment, I'm more excited for Gotham Knights. I would have said Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League until we saw the gameplay, and I don't really understand what the gameplay is going to be with Suicide Squad. So that one looked a little generic to me, the gameplay, honestly. So I think they're both probably going to be awesome, but Gotham Knights looks a little more fun to me. There was one called Riptide, but it was just an offshoot of the first game. The actual Dead Island 2 has been in development hell since at least 2014. It's been through like 4 different devs. Interesting. Let's see. I'll probably cut it off at an hour, guys. It's already 12:30 here. So I'll answer a few more questions. Let's see. I did not know that, but that's pretty awesome. A new RoboCop game. That's a good property to do a video game of. I have played Superman 64. I remember renting that and going, what the fuck is this? I'm so sick of flying through rings. Favorite handheld console? Probably the original. Yeah, it's time to close it off. Game Boy Pocket. I had the Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket, and I played so many games on the Game Boy Pocket. I loved that. Would you like to see an open world Halloween game? I don't really know how that would work, to be honest with you. I would have to see the concept there. Nathan Drake isn't as hot as Laura Croft. Well, I mean, agreed. Let's see. Favorite game developer? Probably Naughty Dog. I mean, Uncharted and Last of Us, plus Jack and Daxter, plus didn't they do Crash Bandicoot, or am I fucking that up? Regardless, every game I've ever played from Naughty Dog has been awesome. All right, one more question. Hmm. Let's see here. Are you more excited for Insomniac Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine? I'm more excited for Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 until I see gameplay from Wolverine, because all we got was that teaser, so I don't know what type of game it's going to be. Whereas the original Spider-Man Insomniac was a fucking incredible game, and all of the directions that they've announced that they're going for the sequel really excites me. Harry Osborn being Venom, having Kraven the Hunter, having Tony Todd be the voice of Venom. I mean, it just looks fucking incredible. So yeah, definitely Insomniac Spider-Man 2 until I see more from Wolverine. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll still be doing some more live streams and stuff until I reach that benchmark. Probably some more gameplay stuff, especially after Horizon Forbidden West comes out. But look forward to the Hills Have Eyes Part 2 review coming on the main channel tomorrow. That'll drop about 3 p.m., 4 p.m., somewhere in there. And then I have planned Friday for my Dying Light 2 review. I assume that I will be beating the game by then because tomorrow I don't have to do any editing. I already have Hills Have Eyes done, and it's already up for my patrons to watch. So I plan on playing Dying Light 2 quite a bit tomorrow and trying to finish that for the review. So look forward to that. Thank you guys for watching. Excuse me. As always, everybody have a good night, and I will talk to you all soon.